Good evening everybody, welcome back. Eric's UK here with yet another vid. You're getting a few this week, it's quite nice. Today I'm going to talk or ask about voices and accents when you're role playing. I've never been the thespian type. I'm not big on doing voices, and when they do come out, they come out very silly. I'm one of those people that all dwarves are Scottish. Aye, laddie, oh, and crap like that. I do a very bad Chinese, which verges on racism, I think, in stereotype, so I'm not going to do that one. And whenever I try and do something like a Germanic or Russian, it sort of somehow gets twisted and turns into like Cockney. Or so generally I don't bother, and often I don't even try and do too much of a personality through the voice. I prefer to just play the character through me. I've also never really had players that bother with the character, with the character voice. Most people don't bother, and not many players I know put on a mannerism either, and I don't know why. But I think this is one of those differences between various groups. Some people like the more amateur dramatics of putting on your character. We had a guy, James, who used to play Pathfinder Society with us, and one of his characters was a pirate. And on a few occasions, we used to play in a pub at the time, here in town, and on a few occasions he actually turned up dressed as his pirate, and it was awesome. His costume was first rate, really was, and he played a pirate, and it was great. I do have like a big black cloak. I've had it for nearly 30 years now. It was originally made as a Halloween costume. I went to a Halloween party as a rather overweight Grim Reaper, and on a few occasions I have worn that to game sessions as a necromancer or warlock or similar sort of thing, and then once or twice I've worn it as a GM just for a bit of shits and giggles. The problem with it though is that the sleeves, the arms sort of dangle down here, so it sort of drags your dice or your cups or whatever off the table, so I don't do that very often. Anyway, where was I? Yes, so we've had a few people that try and put a little bit more emphasis on playing their character, but not many. Most people just play the character as is, and I think that's just comfortable for a lot of people. If you're not into the amateur dramatic side of it, just playing the game is the fun element. Obviously your group may be different than that, and you've got to it's one of those things you need to fit in. You need to fit into the group, or the group needs to sort you, or suit you rather, I should say. And I think that's the same with a lot of things, such as the how you play, whether it's house ruled, whether it's straight from the book, whether it's power gaming, whether it's role playing, whether it's very story driven. I don't know why I never really got into that. I think it's possibly a self-consciousness thing, really. Or when I have done it, the character, the first few sessions start off with the character having the voice, and then it disappears as I just get into telling the story. NPCs are a different kettle of fish entirely. I often try and do voices. My goblins are very Games Workshop goblins. They're high pitched and squeaky and don't really sort of have great conversational skills. Orcs are usually very thick, dumb sort of voices. as I say, the few times I've ever had to do sort of like a Chinese character, unfortunately, or Asian character, I should say, to be fair, it's very, very stereotypical and very cringeworthy. So I try and avoid doing that where possible, unless at the time, I think the last time I had anything like that, it was meant to be a comedic game anyway. So it was fun, but it's not something I'm overly comfortable doing. And I don't know, even as a GM, I think I find it slightly uncomfortable doing voices and accents and the like. I'd rather just say what the person is saying and let the players fill in the necessary element. What about you? Do you guys do voices, accents, mannerisms, or the like? In fact, much like my friend James, do you dress up the part, or have you ever dressed up the part? I think that would be quite cool to see something like that. Have people turn up more to the game sessions in character. It might look very odd when people walk by the living room window or the shop window and see people sat there in sort of medieval gear. But I think that would be quite cool. So yeah, I'd be interested to see what yourselves do for character voices, accents, and the like. Whether you think it's an important part if you're a thespian type, or whether you're just a tell the story type. I think that'd be interesting. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this little rambly video, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And I look forward to seeing your comments down there in the comments. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys, and good gaming.